Land is the most critical issue in Kenya. The kind of political eruption of violence we saw in 2008 have in every sense to do with land. It's not just a question of reacting to the results. What has been at the core is the land question.
But of course, when you talk about the land question, someone might say translation here, frankly, is about the Kenyatta family.
Yes.
Jomo Kenyatta.
And Uhuru Kenyatta was actually taken to task over how much land he owns. When you talk about land in Kenya, you have to go back to history. How did the Kikuyus who live in Rift Valley end up in the Rift Valley? We know, and a few people may not know that, but there was a negotiation that happened soon after independence between Jomo Kenyatta and men in his government and the leadership of the Rift Valley, who negotiated to have the Kikuyus who had been denied land in Central Province, having been pushed out by the Mzungu, the colonial occupiers, and they needed somewhere to stay. Truth is, when the settlers left, they were not allowed to go back to their land because that land was taken by a few good Kenyans and they had to be relocated somewhere.
Who also had unfettered access to bank loans and what have you.
Exactly.
But what about the issue of the piece of territory near the coast? Taita Taveta.
Yes.
Kenyatta finally agreed that his family owns 30,000 acres.
Yes.
And he says, by the way, that it was illegally acquired using the concept of willing seller, willing buyer.
Yes.
Who did they buy it from?
That is the question now. How do you, I mean, I don't know the details. I haven't been to the land ministry to check the title deeds, but that is the debate that Kenyans have been engaging in.
The documents could possibly be there
they
anyway.
could be produced. And we have seen what has happened, for example, in the areas around the Jomo Kenyatta Airport, where people who had what they believed to be legitimate title deeds being told they don't actually own the land. So when it comes to documents and evidence of purchase of land, it can be debatable. The question is, how do you have people being landless on their ancestral land, and how do you have other people owning thousands upon thousands of acres of land? I think that is a big question.